What up, what up, what up, what up? This is the Cause and Effect podcast, and I am your host, Chico.
And I am your co-host, Fernando.
And we are here with episode number 3.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, man. What's going on, bro?
Not much. What's up with you?
Excited. I have a different kind of energy this time around, man.
Even though the weather is a little...
Yeah, we got what is it, nor'eastern, whatever, storm.
I don't care. She could stay here as long as she wants.
Yeah, this is like sancocho and cuddle weather right now.
Oh, definitely.
But we're here recording, you know? Committed.
Yeah.
Committed. That's commitment. What you do today, man?
Me, the normal routine, the normal Friday, barbershop, gym.
Gotta get the fresh cut, even though I didn't do that.
You know I gotta get the fresh cut.
Oh, so you've been able to stay consistent with the gym.
Of course.
Tell us about that journey.
Though my buddy Slim Jim, the Jamaican Slim Jim, worked the heck out of me today, man. This guy.
What you guys work out on?
This guy got me like Bambi and shit.
Oh,
baby deer and shit.
with the Bambi legs. Oh,
yo, we did legs today, bro.
That's a picture painted right there.
Yeah, man. It was leg day today, man.
How'd you make it up these stairs coming up here?
It was tough. it was tough. But you know, after I went home and took a shower, obviously I felt a lot better. But if I would have came straight from the gym here, I think I would have called you.
Honestly, I'll keep it a buck, man. I used to hate leg day, but now when I do legs, that's kind of like my favorite.
Yeah, man. I don't
workout. I love working out legs now. I don't get as sore. Pause.
Oh my god.
Had to pause it real quick just in case. But I do enjoy it. I feel like I know, not that I feel, but I know that it's important, and it's something that a lot of people ignore, you know. And I don't want to be the dude with the skinny legs and the brolic arms. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to look like a lollipop when I get
at all.
like
So
a little popsicle.
Facts. So
that having that mentality, like having that thought, like I don't want to look like that, just motivates me.
yeah, pain, man. Just thinking about the pain of looking yourself like, yo, I can't wear shorts right now. I look crazy.
Yo, tell me how this guy, he stars me. He put the weights and shit. I sit down. You know the one where you put your legs up? Sit down. Like, I'm doing this shit. He wants me to do like 15. I'm like, damn. This shit's heavy as fuck. Not even half of my weight. That was like almost 100 pounds. I was like 100 pounds with the bar and everything. I'm over here dying. He's like, all right, now we're going to put this much weight. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude.
I'm already
Get
good. Like,
here.
that's it. We don't need no more.
Yo, when he put that, my nigga, yo, it was straight up Bambi. Right off the machine.
Walking out that bitch like, yo, what do I do now? We going home? That's it?
Yo, bro, it was bad.
Yo, try doing all that and then like, normally me and my girl, we do the treadmill first or do the Stairmaster.
We did the treadmill first.
Okay, so
we skipped the Stepmaster because I was short on time, and we wanted to make sure we get into the shit. But
listen,
we did the treadmill
we
first.
do treadmill and then we do everything else, right? We do all the other workouts. And recently, we wanted to kind of like, what do you call it? Confuse the muscle, whatever the case is, the routine, and we switched it up.
Routine.
Yeah, break the routine. We went and did workout first. We stretched, did the workouts first, and then the treadmill. I wanted to die. Like I was like, oh nah, that's a different type of energy. Like that was different for me because
I'd rather do the treadmill, then work out, and then do the Stepmaster. I could probably
oh
do
yeah.
that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying though. It's way more comfortable to do the treadmill first. That's why we switched it up and said, you know what? Let's work out. Our legs are bodied, and now let's go and run. Yeah. And normally what we do is we don't run like for 30 minutes or nothing like that. We do 5 minutes, and we do 30 seconds on and off. We run for 30 seconds straight, hard. We go up to 8 or 9 speed, 30 seconds, and then we lower it back down or stop for 30 seconds, then go back and do it again and do it over again. And that's what kills us, bro, because a todo lo que da. You feel me? We're running at high speed, and I'm not, I'm not the biggest fan of that, bro. It's wild, but it feels good. We're here. We've had all the obstacles thrown at us, and we got it done.
Yeah.
You guys, so get an air horn for that. Get that. Yeah, we fancy now.
We fancy,
Yeah. We leveling up in this podcast game, the new pod on the block.
Yeah, we got some new equipment and we excited.
Yeah, man, the quality definitely sounds better. It's definitely worth all the headaches and the...
You guys can clearly get our hot breath in your ears now.
What? No. Damn. What kind of... Man, listen,
man.
bro. What kind of... you gonna scare the people away, man? Like, nah, you just painted something crazy.
Oh, man. I'm kidding.
But, it's definitely a fresh episode. We're gonna look back at all these episodes and say, yo, we came a long way.
Yeah, definitely.
And yo, shout out to everybody showing us love. Shout out to everybody,
Yes.
giving us feedback. And listen, man,
We
honesty
really
is key.
appreciate that.
If you tell us, yo, listen, your shit is whack, I'll appreciate that versus you saying nothing.
Yep.
Or just looking at it, clicking on it, and just just keeping it moving. I wanna interact with people. We want to interact with people. We want to, get the feedback. We want to, do this podcast because like we said, the whole purpose of this is a platform for the people. And we've been saying this since like episode number 1. We will have people come up on this podcast very soon. We got some things in the works. We're not completely done yet. We just begun. So with that being said, your day was good. You worked today. You were off today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was off.
That's good for you. I worked today. I have one of those JOBs. But it wasn't that bad because it was a very slow day. People at that building have the luxury to stay home stay home and work. One day out of the week.
Check them out.
So Fridays is obviously the most popular day that people call out, and then the day was kind of excited. I mean, it was a little bit exciting because something different happened, and it's gonna sound crazy, but to say that it was exciting, but it was just like, oh shit, this shit got real for a second over here. Some cars just went on fire in the parking lot.
Get out of here.
Son, like a movie.
Get out of here.
At the garage over to the garage I park at.
Yeah.
Just one of the it was a Subaru. It set on fire, bro. It set on 4 or 5 other cars on fire.
What?
Yeah.
But what, they turned around like with like the
No idea what the hell caused it. I didn't even ask. The rush was like, all right, let me make sure my car's good. And then I said, fuck it, right? I was like, fuck it. That shit burn. No more payments? Cool. I was like, let that shit rock.
Or
and then
get a brand new one?
it sounds crazy to say. I'm gonna be completely honest. When I saw my car was good, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, fuck.
At first you were scared, but then you were
what?
like,
I was like, damn. Then I thought about it. I was like, this just doesn't sound like a bad idea.
The benefits of me getting my car burned right now, they're really good.
The plot twist would be that maybe somebody did that shit to their own car.
Mm-hmm. They probably didn't want to make
lit
payments.
this shit on fire.
I mean, it's in the parking lot. It's by itself. It was.
Hey,
I don't know how that happened.
Electrical
The insurance has
issues.
to pay
The
for it.
battery just blew up or something happened.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yo, I was dead ass sitting in my desk like, you know what, man? I wouldn't be so mad if this really happened to my car.
Yo, that's why also.
As long as everybody was safe and nobody got hurt.
That's why also when I have money and stuff like that or valuable things, that's why I always think about it twice about leaving it in the car. Not only because they can break in, but what could happen to my car that I just.
Man, listen, bro. Honestly, living in Patterson, the first thing you think about is people breaking in your car.
Definitely.
I got people. My car got searched before. Like after that, I never left anything in my car. They came in my car. It looked like they were just having a ball throwing everything around.
Mm-hmm.
I come in the morning and I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck just happened?
The same thing they did to mine, just to get some change.
And for that, okay. Shout out to you guys that ran up in our cars.
That was my mistake, guys.
Yo, we still getting used to all this. I mean, I know you guys are gonna have a ball listening to this shit when this drops. But hey,
man.
we're excited.
I
We
I know that came out of nowhere. That you guys probably like.
Oh, that's
what?
that's a given. So today, man, we're talking about a couple of things that obviously is in everybody's lives. The topics for today are based on around friendship, friends.
Yeah.
Cool. So before we even get into that, you got anything you want to share with us of news or anything like that? Your opinion on what's going on with this whole gun control laws and stuff like that.
Man,
Have you been following that?
That thing is pissing me off, bro. I was listening to that. I forgot what station that was, but they had people calling and giving ideas and all this and that. But I feel like it's so stupid to give guns to the teachers. Like, how is that?
Listen.
How is that gonna help? How is that smart?
Well, all right. I'm on both sides with it. This is what I'm looking at. All right. If there's teachers that qualify, that are physically and mentally stable to have a firearm, I'm not against it. But I'm not against it where their record is clean. Meaning, wait.
How many teachers do you remember from high school that you feel like they're qualified to hold a gun? Because there was a lot of teachers that I remember that they were really like.
Well, this is the thing, though. I didn't have all the teachers in high school, but there was definitely teachers that in grammar school too that had patience, but there also were, they had good strategies on how to controlling their kids, and I'm not gonna knock teachers. They have a hard job as it is, but having a gun, it's not gonna completely all right. You give a teacher a gun. Would you give a teacher a gun or a security guard a gun from school?
I'd rather give a security guard.
Hell no. Why? Hell no.
Why?
Have you seen a security guard's method of breaking up fights?
Well, maybe,
can you imagine?
Okay, well now if you're giving a security guard a gun, now you're actually gonna consider what kind of security guard you have, because now
might as well have a cop.
Now they just take anybody.
Might as well have a cop in the school then. What's the point?
Also what I see happening with teachers with a gun. Teachers already have too much stuff on their plate. They have their personal life that they have to worry about, and they have to worry about all these kids, and they have to worry about all this material.
Yeah.
How about if they just for a second,
blow their brains out?
No, for a second, they lose track of what they're doing, and they either get distracted with something, and the student just happens to go to the teacher and take the gun. What then?
Well, first of all, the teachers should not allow the kids to know where the gun is. That's one thing. That shit should be completely sealed and taken away.
They're gonna find out. We got some smart kids, bro. These kids ain't dumb.
And look, obviously, there's a lot of pros and cons. And I get the point of teachers not having a gun. I mean, before you give them a gun, pay them more. I would say before you even think about giving them a freaking gun to be able to defend the students, pay them more. Because I believe teachers should be paid more, as so does everybody else. They're underpaid for the job and the things that they are, they're responsible for. Yeah. But there are different strategies. Like they were saying that there was a program in a different state that they're trying out that's called the Guardian Angel program, something like that, where
what's that about?
Well, it's like select teachers that nobody knows that are licensed and do have guns, but nobody knows. Only them. Only a certain number of them know who they are, and they're not allowed to say who it is. They're trained. They get trained. They get obviously licensed. They also get all the tactics that they need to know and stuff like that. And they also learn, and I believe that it's like a course also where they learn to kind of notice things that when they're off, like with students and stuff like that, if they notice certain, weird activities. So I mean, that's not a bad idea. Now, one thing that kind of got me wild, crazy, disturbed was them putting a safe room inside the classroom. You saw that? There's another state somewhere else that's trying out safe rooms, bulletproof safe rooms inside the damn classroom, where if something like that would happen,
they're not gonna fit all them kids in there.
Yeah.
But the whole classroom, so they're putting the safe room inside the classroom.
Yes.
So basically, now the classroom's gonna be half the size.
You gotta see it. It looks crazy. It's like a you gotta see
But
it.
not every classroom and not every school and every state has the same amount of space of probably that classroom.
But what I'm saying is that school is trying that out, and that propose like everybody's trying to figure out what's the best way to do things. Because now you got Dick's and Walmart, is it that they agreed to not sell the AR-15, that gun that's so popular, assault rifles and stuff like that, which it's a move. It's a move, bro.
Yeah,
It's a
still.
move. And also, New Jersey, New York, and all these other different states, they already have kind of strict gun laws. So really what those gun laws implies is to a lot of those other states that don't have as strict as the laws that we do.
The way I see it is, and the way after I say this, I'm going to say the stupid thing that I heard somebody say on the radio. But the way I see it is, now you're putting guns in the school when there were actually no guns in the school, and look how things are going on. But now you're actually bringing them to the school. We have all these smart students and people that if they want to do something, they will figure out, just like how they will figure out to bring a gun inside the school. 2, 3.
Man, this shit been going on since Degrassi.
3.
You didn't see what happened to Drake? Bruh.
Yo, leave my nigga Drake alone. 3.
Nigga, he was
Like,
Jimmy.
You have teachers that are also gonna have issues, and you never know if that teacher is trained and all this and that. How about if that teacher one day something turns in their head, where they become that person? You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. You never know what a human can do, and you never know what a human's gonna be in that moment. But
that's true. I mean, I'm not saying that it's completely like.
It's not like I'm like being all negative and being against it. It's just like I'm just not like. I'm not thing with that. Like with bringing a gun inside the school, I feel like this should be stopped before getting.
Bro, you
They
know how
should
many
do
guns were in the school that nobody knew of when I was in Eastside?
They need to. But they're not even aware. They're not doing anything. Who checks you when you go inside Eastside? Nobody.
Nigga, this isn't
Nobody
the times
check
of what was
Nobody
that?
check you at all.
That movie from Eastside High School. They had gun detectors in them. Metal detectors in the school, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, but it was. But it was some shit. Like the security guards didn't even care. So when you got people that don't care,
but that's what comes down to. Like, there's a lot of components. It's not just the gun. Like,
but you know where this
and every situation is different.
You know where this come from? All of that, the pay. They don't care because they don't get paid enough to care.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, pay the teachers more. Pay.
But then
pay
again,
the personal.
people need to stop looking at a pay as a way to care. Like at the end of the day, you decided to become.
I think I just did a drum roll to that. That was supposed to be funny. No, okay.
Nah, bro.
Gotcha.
What are you doing?
I'm. Listen, guys. If you hear random sounds play at certain times, just bear with us. This is a new toy for us.
Not me. Don't include me in that.
But you were saying that. The pay shouldn't determine your integrity and who you are. Exactly. And that's ideal. I wish everybody thought that way. But guess what? There's people that have problems. There's people that have issues that come along their way.
They should look for another career.
Oh yeah, that's a given, 100%. But at the same time, they should get paid more. Yeah, they should. It's like, all right, bro. Like, I have a passion for teaching.
They should,
I have a passion for teaching.
That shouldn't make you want to care less. Period.
You know what I think, that at the moment, it's not that they care less. It's just they're having a shitty day or whatever the case is. Because sometimes you can even think about it. Like, I had teachers that were great, and there was days that I was like, "Who the hell are you?" No, yeah. And I get it. You should. It all comes down to like the system. They got to change the system. Maybe the way they're teaching teachers how to teach us. Yeah. It all comes down to different things, but what I'm really going at is there has to be a solution, and there's going to be less casualty if they find the right measures, whether it's a safe room, whether it's what that's just disturbing to me, that you have to have a safe room in an environment with young kids, even if not even teenagers, but young kids have to look at that and say, this is where I run. If I got to run for my life, I got to hide in there to not die. It's crazy that it makes me think like, damn, my kid better not have to go through this. Like, by my time I have a kid and they're going to school, I hope this thing is like a lot more secure. because things are gonna happen. You know, we're not always gonna catch everything, but it shouldn't be as bad or as big as it's going on right now. You know, that's just the point of it.
Definitely.
You know, so with
Let's
that
just-
being said,
yeah,
you
let's
know,
just move on.
again,
I don't want to keep talking about this.
again, our hearts out goes out to those people affected by these things that are going on. Hopefully, that something happens that help people, you know, feel more secure, or kids more secure in classrooms. And yeah, man, we got to do better. Period. You know, whether it's paying the teachers more, whether it's, you know, being more aware of what's going on in the students and checking, you know, what
Yeah.
people post online. Because supposedly, bro, this kid has been posting about shit like that for a while. And nobody really saw the red flag until it happened.
Everybody looked at him as a weirdo, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. This dude is a white boy that loves guns. Nothing bad about that, right?
You can't have a little teenage kid loving gun that much. There has to be something going on.
So, you know, with that being said, you know,
Oh, the stupid story.
yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
don't
you
wanna
set up
leave
something
nobody
about
wondering
the
what was that. Yeah, so
radio.
I'm listening in the radio. This lady calls and she's like, "Oh, you know how it is. You know what can stop guns from coming in is putting police in the front, but only having two entries, like one entrance in the front and one entrance in the back." And then you know how they put these gates in the jail where you put the gates.
Oh, so
with
you
the-
want
with-
a correct? You want a
with the-
prison?
with the wi- with
She
the
wants a
wire,
prison.
with the little fence, the thing in the top, like with the spikes.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
Put that. I'm like,
She wants to
what you
create a
trying to
jail.
do? You turning this shit into a jail. What kid's gonna want to go to school? Like
No
that?
kid wants to go to school anyways.
Anyways, and then they want to look. You imagine looking at that from the outside before you go in,
I'm going to jail.
bro.
I'm getting set
They're
to
gonna
know. I'm basically, you know
They're gonna
what?
be dropping out.
And look, you don't need all that stuff to think like
No.
to feel like you're in jail. Because when I was in school, I felt like I was in jail just with the gates they had up. Nah, man, what?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, and the amount of cops in our school it looked a little bit more than even teachers, bro. Like it was insane. I was like, yo, I'm dead ass
Yeah,
in
by
a jail.
the way, to anybody that is not from here, we're talking about. Well, we're from Patterson, New Jersey. We're talking about maybe two of the worst high schools here.
Well,
not the worst.
It's debatable.
Yeah,
But
you
it
know,
was
he went to
considered back in the
Eastside.
day. It was
He went to
considered.
Eastside. I went to Kennedy High School.
Yo, we supposed to be beefing right now, my G.
I don't care. Yo, you think I didn't care about that when I was there, and I don't care about it now. Like,
Yeah, man, we could definitely have some stories about East Side and West Side
Oh my
and Kennedy
God,
beef,
it
but
was so
we can do that
stupid.
for another time.
Yeah, we don't got time for that right now. But I mean, yeah, I mean, those were, you know, I mean, I went through some fucking struggle. Like I went through some shit when I was.
Oh, I
in
know. I just remembered one story that we
Yeah,
definitely have to
and-
give that story one day here on the
One day
podcast.
one day
That
we'll talk
shit
about it.
has
One day
to be
we'll
talked
make
about.
a segment about that. But
Facts.
I mean, it was a terrible school to begin with. Like, I mean, just that alone made me want not to go to school. But you know, I didn't care. I wasn't gonna let nobody stop me getting my degree. I did what I had to do.
Your diploma.
My diploma, sorry.
Hey, listen, man. Let's go on to the next topic because we can go on for school for days. I have my views on it, and that can be another topic for another time about school and the school system and how it's designed, you know, to suck the creativeness out of kids. Pause. But yeah, man. A lot of new music has come out. I love talking about music. If you follow me on IG, you see me all the time driving and snapping music. You know, don't judge me for the driving and snapping
Driving
part.
and snapping, guys.
But
The right way.
the right way. I do it the right way. But I love music. It's my passion. It's definitely something that plays a big part in my life, and I love talking about it. So let's talk about it. We have the new Nipsey Hussle album. Fucking fire. I wish I could just throw flames.
You just gave this segment.
Ah!
You know, you just gave this segment a name. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. It's definitely a album that everybody should be listening to. He's giving you game. He's talking about real life shit, and you know, he's talking about a perspective in music that I've always loved, where it's giving a message. Where I'm not just talking about gang violence and drugs just to sound cool. I'm talking to you about life experiences, and I'm giving you the game on, you know, how I came out of that situation, how that situation was my situation, but I made it a great story, and I made it a victory lap, which is the name of his album. So the album is insane. Tory Lanez just dropped the album, I believe it was last night. Listened to a couple songs, sounds really good. I got my thing. I like Tory Lanez. My critique with his music, sorry, it's really just certain things, certain sounds that he kind of just like, I want to copy, kind of like flows off of other big artists, you know, kind of sound similar. Yeah, 100%. If you listen to, I can't even think of the name of the song because it's new, but there's many songs where you're like, all right, he's very good at doing it. That's why it's like, all right, you get that pass because you're very good at doing it, and it sounds amazing. Sometimes he makes it even sound better than the artist that first came out with it, which is, you know, I think is a gift. But his album is dope. It's called Moments Don't Die. You guys can check that out. There's plenty of music from Patterson, local artists, that's being dropped. And we're going to touch up on that towards the end of the segment. But shout out to all the people from Patterson out here working, grinding, getting it done. And, you know, you guys are not going unnoticed. You're definitely going to come up and make a lot of noise if y'all continue to be consistent like you guys been doing it. So now, you got any new music you tapped into? Like Bad Bunny dropped anything dope? That's your guy.
Bad Bunny got 2 new songs, but they're not like those. They're not like those songs that he normally dropped. They're actually a little more smooth.
What, like romantic shit?
Yeah, they're more like, you know,
he gotta do it for the ladies.
He dropped one for Valentine's Day. I mean, he just dropped one recently that I just heard. And I mean, some people, like whoever's used to the regular Bad Bunny, they're probably gonna feel some type of way about this song. But I mean, it's dope. I mean, I find it dope.
I mean, you love what? It's like Dominican. It's like Spanish trap music, right?
Yeah, but this is more. These are more like Zion y Lennox, like
back in the day.
No, like
or
trap version. It's more
trap,
emotional.
Zion y Lennox.
It's a more emotional song. It's more.
Gotcha.
I mean, the last one that he dropped. I'm gonna get the name now, but the last one that he dropped, if you guys want to go on YouTube and check the video out, is really dope. It's about love, and it's about love, like unconditional love. It's
okay.
Like it's like older people that they were together since they were very young, and even as they got old, they still, like the video showed that they still love each other the same way. Like that love was unbreakable, no matter how old they got. And I mean, it's pretty. I actually was surprised of getting the song from him like that.
Yeah, because his songs are wild, crazy. And his songs, you know, you could tell us what his song's about. Yeah. I personally don't listen to it. No, but not even that, bro. He was talking about what was that song? That hit song? I think the first song I ever heard of him was that every girl was singing. What was it?
What song you talking about? He got a lot of them. I got a lot.
Soy peor.
Oh, ahora soy
peor por ti, whatever. Yeah, so.
Sigue tu camino.
Okay. Okay, Bad Bunny. Listen, man. He's definitely, you know, popping right now in the Latin world, and even in the English market.
This is actually what sparked these Spanish artists up. Like that reggaeton and all this shit was dying. This shit was dying.
Yeah, because nobody's really dancing against the wall, grinding on each other no more. Dude, like, you're not going to house party. When was the last time you went to a house party?
But it's not about.
Oh, but think about it. But think about it. The culture of reggaeton. What was so exciting about it? You tell me.
What you mean? What was so exciting?
What was so exciting about that?
Well, what do you mean when you go to the parties and you dance and do it?
Bro, I listen to reggaeton to dance with girls.
I listen to it to dance, and I listen to it because I like it.
Yeah, but you liked it, but you wasn't just driving around talking about a la pared, pegado a la pared.
Guy. This is the problem.
I love hip hop. So if I wasn't listening to no dancing reggaeton, I was listening to like Teo Cadrón.
He wouldn't see it as.
No, I'm not. You know, I drive around and I listen to.
But the way you like hip hop, the way that you like those songs, like. There's people that like these songs and they like.
But what made him so popular?
What you mean? What made it so popular?
Okay, this is my point. It's not that you couldn't bump to them, because obviously I have plenty of songs that my girl, my sisters, all of them, they can, say I bump to here and there, even classics. What I mean is that what made them shit so poppin' was that in that time, we were grinding against females. At house parties, we wasn't old enough to hit the club, so we was in house parties, fucking the walls up.
Yeah.
So that made those songs so.
Yeah, we were literally fucking the walls up, because I don't know you guys,
bro.
But I had them spike belts, and that shit was fucking the walls up for real.
Yo, people's mothers did not let us in their house after that. But to the point, you got to think about it. You think about songs, and I bet you remember moments where you was dancing in house parties to them shits.
Yeah.
You were like, yo, this song, when it came on in parties, it was just a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean about it. That made it so poppin' to listen to reggaeton, to have those moments. Now it was dying out because play a reggaeton in a club, and I'll show you with my hand.
Look, reggaeton got to a point where I feel like every beat sounded the same. I feel like every beat sounded the same, and every song was about the same shit, but in different ways.
No, bro, because that's kind of essentially what's happening on right now. You got to think about
right now with this, with trap has the beats is completely different.
It's completely different, but what's catchy about it? It's what they're saying. It's not. Girls aren't dancing to them shits with a dude. They're repeating it, and they're quoting it on their Instagram. They're dope quotes. You know what I'm saying?
I dance it once in a while with mine.
With your girl, yeah, you could do that. But what I'm saying is that nowadays it's not as cool. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like a little bit of what happened to reggaeton that had something to do with it, because back in the day we didn't have social media. We were you had girls dancing with dudes that if they were caught taking a picture on Instagram, somebody caught them on video, they would probably be like, damn. Damn, they caught me. And it's not even that they were like doing something fishy. It's just that people didn't care who was who. They was dancing with whoever. They was having a good time. If you know how to dance, it was just a thing. Now, if you try to pull a girl out to dance or in those parties, you're trying to grind up on a girl, she's like, "Oh, you thirsty? You're this and the third." Like it's just a different type of energy nowadays, and it phases out just like other music did, even in hip hop. Because nowadays you could listen to hip hop, and this is something I was thinking about the other day. It was just like there's no messages behind these songs. They're just catchy ass songs that you can repeat and possibly quote. Huh?
Who are you talking about? The trap songs?
All the songs from the Lils, the Lil Pumps, and the Lil Yachty's, and the all these popular guys, Lil Uzi Vert. These songs are. You catch yourself bumping to it because it's so catchy, but at the same time, there's no real message behind it. And I love music because of the messages.
It's motivating, and it just pumps you up. Like it's
just
hype up music.
And we need that. We need that type of music. We can't have all this conscious music only.
But at the end of the day, bro, like and you guys are probably saying like, damn, there's so much music already out there. But I'm still stuck on JC's album and Rick Ross album. Like
the latest one, right?
I listen to them. I can say it every day because I have everything. I have my whole media on shuffle, and they pop up here and there. And every time I hear it, I get some new knowledge out of it. It's some really like grown man shit. Like this is some shit that
and
helps you out.
I tell you, I keep it real simple. The music that I listen to, for me, it's kind of like motivation. They're talking about a lifestyle. They're talking about life situations. They're talking about, becoming who they are, getting up top. I love Young Jeezy. Love listening to Nipsey Hussle. J. Cole's my favorite artist. Kendrick Lamar.
Gucci Gang. Oh my God.
Wait, who you talking about? Gucci
like
Gang. Oh, you talk about like who's that? Lil Pump, right?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I think so.
Gucci Gang. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You get me? Like, it is what it is. It's catchy, and these dudes are popping. They're making a shitload of money right now from what you can see on social media, whatever. I don't know if that's 100% real, whatever the case is. But you see the direction where people are putting their focus to. You put a dope song with a message behind it. People are like, yo, take that shit out. Like, I don't want to listen to that. And it's like, all right, bro, like, I get it. You know, you guys just want to have a dope time, but a good time. But at the same time, I love listening to things that can give you something to just get inspired, knowledge, just some game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think that Nipsey Hussle did with his album. Yeah.
Like, JC's album make me want to buy a house and invest. Like, that's the shit that we supposed to be doing. Like,
yeah.
You feel me?
And this is what comes down to our topic, right? Dave East, sick. Dude is a great MC, has great music. He has an EP out, and he has a song called Corey. And it's explaining about a situation that I believe is like a real situation that happened to him with a friend, a childhood friend, right? We all have friends. And he talks about kind of like going in different directions in life, and one person staying comfortable and the other person going out and chasing their dreams and drifting apart. That person, you know, didn't really support that person, him, on his journey. But when he saw that he was popping, he was telling everybody that was his guy. And now he's looking for his guy, like, yo, what's up? You know, the dude had, plenty of time to do that and waited till he was popping to say, yo, this is my guy. I was rooting for you, you know. And then he claims that person changed because that person's like, fuck out of here. You wasn't there from the beginning. Like, you basically started, you know, switching up, and then you start saying that I switched up. Now, friendships. What's your term? What's your definition of a real friend? Like, what do you consider somebody that's your friend, and what are those things that they need to be, or kind of like, you get what I mean? Like, what's the definition for you? Like, a lot of people say my friend is, when you say, yo, that's my boy, why? I know him since, or I know him for a long time.
Sometimes we have a habit of saying that, like, oh, that's my boy and shit. Like, you know, with somebody that we probably just, you know, real cool with, you know, not obviously just anybody, but somebody that we're real cool with, we just say that's my boy. But like to me, my boy is like, you know, obviously, you know, you. Obviously, so the people
I appreciate that. Can we get like one of those?
God. No, we don't have.
Play one of those applauses.
There you go.
Hey, shout out to the real friends.
You know, somebody that's there with you no matter what. Somebody that won't judge you. You know, somebody that will just be there, give you a hand, and be there for you, not be there to basically criticize or say anything. And somebody that can actually motivate you to do things that you need to be doing. Like, for example, like, you know, you motivate me to do things that I usually don't do. You know, and you know what those things are, and you know, every one of my close friends, you know, they play a part where they motivate me to do things, you know, and that's what's up. Like, Duran is motivating me to go to the gym. Like, I've been in pain, but I'm motivated to go.
Wagwan.
I'm motivated to go every time. I don't even think about it. It's like, yo, it's like, what time we going tomorrow? What time we going next week? It's like, you know, like, it's not like I'm chasing
you. You just set for the check. Like, you set for it. You know, your mindset is ready for it.
I feel great, and every time I go, I come out the gym and I feel like, but then, you know, I feel great afterwards. And you know, it's motivating. And, you know, friends like that, to have friends like that in your life, that's the best thing you can do.
Now, do you think that expires with people sometimes?
Some people are just there for a period of time. Some people are there to maybe get you through a period of your life. Like, there will be a part of your life, and they will play a role in your life that maybe certain things that you need to be doing or looking at or experiencing, and then that person's gonna help you through that, and then that's it. You know, like, I feel like God put people in your life, and they're just supposed to be there for a moment in your life. But there's people that come in your life and they never go. You know, and those are the real friends.
Yeah.
You know, those that's how you find out who's your real friend and who's that friend that needs to be there with you because at the end of the day, they're gonna make a difference in your life.
I agree. Now, I do my whole thing about friendship. I'm not gonna say that I believed this for forever. This is like a shift in my mindset, being exposed to different people and having mentors and having different experiences with old friendships, new friendships. Um, Now, I don't let friendships be determined by how long I know a person, because those things change.
Yeah.
Um, I I personally, believe it's more about
I feel
like,
like that doesn't determine. 'Cause
yeah, it's more about what are we gonna do, to progress? What are we gonna do to you know move forward in life? What influences are you giving me, or how are we like impacting each other in a way where we're not staying in the same place, and also just having a dope connection, a dope uh, um, and I'm trying to say it in like the most direct way possible, but a friend, somebody that's not gonna, be a yes man to me is gonna be telling me straight up my face, yo,
Shit you won't hear.
exactly, like shit that I don't want to hear, but I need to hear.
Yeah.
When I need to hear that I'm slacking, when I need to hear, and it's just not to put me down. It's not to put me and drop
It's
me,
to, It's to make an awareness. Like
it's
there's
to
times that you need that.
for the best, that wants the best
Yeah.
and doesn't expect anything in return. It's just I do that because you my guy and I want you to be in the best place possible, because that's what's gonna make me happy, seeing you being in a better position in life, seeing you, not staying behind, seeing you, hitting new levels, getting uncomfortable and smashing through your obstacles and goals that you have in life. Not staying comfortable and pulling each other down because the other one doesn't want to make a move that's for the best, and I believe that it does expire. Friendships and loyalty expires to certain people that don't want to continue getting to new levels, that are just comfortable where they're at, and I respect that, but I won't stay there just because we're friends.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it gets you uncomfortable that I'm trying to do something that you probably see impossible for your life. That's not my fault. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes our problem is that we want to stick around and we make those people uncomfortable because we're around. So sometimes the best thing we could do is just be away and love from a distance. Yo, how you been? Hit you up. Yo, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. I see you around. I'll dap it up, catch up for a couple seconds, and I'm out. But being around you as long, or around as much as I used to won't happen. So that way it won't bring stress on our life. I won't feel like I'm pulling you somewhere you don't want to go, and I don't feel like you're tucking, you're keeping me stuck somewhere that I don't want to be. Period. So that's what I look at as friendship. Some people say, "Oh, but that sounds like, if they don't benefit you, then you're not gonna be around. That's not a real friend."
It's not like that. I mean, I feel like I understand what you're saying, and like it's exactly that way. It's not using the person. It's the thing is that you need to focus on whatever it is you need to do, because at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your future. And it's not like you're gonna, if you value somebody's friendship, regardless of what. If you value that person's friendship, you're gonna hit them up from time to time, check up on them and, how you doing, and, obviously meet up with them from time to time as, whatever you're available. But you can't be there with that person like things used to be and then not move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to do it for yourself and for your family, and you need to improve for your future. So obviously, things need to be done.
That's it. I agree. Yeah, I think a lot of people hold on to the whole thing that I gotta be loyal, even just to show like out of guilt, out of like, oh, I gotta stick around because this person is a long childhood friend from my neighborhood. When you traveled the world and met new people, and you saw that there's more out there, and that person doesn't want to come that go in that direction, or see those things. So I mean, friendships are great, and like you said, they're for seasons. There's some people are seasonal, some people are for life. And as you grow in life, as you go, you find those people. You build those relationships. If you go out and seek those relationships, and attract those type of people, and become the person that attracts those type of people in their life. So, do real friends? Obviously, they do. Real friends support your business, right?
Yeah.
Do all friends support your business? Or how would it? What does it mean to support your business? Does it mean that they have to buy whatever you're doing, or purchase something, or come and shout you out on IG? What's support from a friend?
I don't really know how to answer that question because I don't have a business myself, like a business like that. But I feel like,
but even like for example, this podcast, like if they're showing support in a way where they're reposting it, listening to it, giving you feedback, I think all those things fall into support. It doesn't have to be financial, like money, money wise, like you have to pay me, and not to me to realize that you're supporting me. You can give me your time,
It's like we were saying earlier, like like just taking the time to hear her out, and then letting me know, I feel like maybe this and that, or maybe this can be different, or I like what you're doing, I like that, I can actually listen to this because I like it, and then
now I don't want that fake shit though.
When feel like,
when they're saying that shit, when they see everybody else, following you and saying, "Yo, your shit is fire." I'm talking about, like, I want you, even if you don't like it, I want you to tell me that. Like, I want to hear it from your mouth. I want to see your effort of hitting me up and say, "Yo, that was lit," or "That was trash." I'm cool with whatever, but I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna see your intentions are either to better myself. I can hear a criticism from somebody and say, "Yo, that's just hate." You just hating. But I can hear somebody sincerely saying, "Yo, you gotta do better." You stutter a lot, or you repeat certain words a lot. I appreciate those things because I know that you're paying attention. You're giving me your time, and that's important. Because not everybody's gonna do that. Some people are just like, "Yo, let these niggas fail." I'm gonna watch them fail. The podcast is trash, or their business is trash. Their clothing brand doesn't make any sense. Whatever it is, or their business page, it looks a little uncoordinated. Their fitness page doesn't look like they even know what they're doing. All those things, but they're not telling you. They're just criticizing with other people, or when they see you, they just say, "Yo, that shit is fire," and then behind your back, those are not friend things. Those are not something that a friend does in my world, and I cut those people off. If I figure, everything that's done in the dark comes to the light. If you're talking shit behind my back, it comes to the light. Some way, somehow, it happens to come back my way, or through somebody else's ears that has a friendship with me that tells me. But the point is that I know how to sort friendships out. It's important to have different circles and different people, but it's also important to cut those people that don't necessarily have to be there. So, yeah, let's do that. So, this is a short topic. We're just talking about friendships today. We're gonna continue to have some interesting topics brung up. We want you guys to hit us up, give us some ideas of what you want us to talk about. Maybe some things that you guys think about and would want us to give our perspective on. And we'll be more than happy to do that. We just want to interact with everybody in our audience, but we want to entertain you guys and continue to bring more content to the table. So, we're going to continue to do those things. I'm excited. We're finally sounding a lot better. And, it's a journey. Now, the positive note of the day, so you guys can have an amazing week and maybe a different perspective coming on Monday morning. Stop expecting and start appreciating.
Boom.
You have the shotgun sound effect.
Boom.
You know, stop expecting and start appreciating. You know, at the end of the day, you know, give without expectations. You know, I hate when people give with the interest of you giving them something back. You know, give with the expectations that whatever you're doing out of the good out of your heart is going to come back 10 times fold. And you don't know how that's going to come, whether it's, you know, money-wise or opportunity-wise, whatever it is, but expect that something good is going to come from you being a given person. You know, give this week to somebody, to people, you know, even if you're at your last dollar, you know, don't have that scarcity mindset, have that abundance mindset that, you know.
And don't give with that, oh, it's going to come back to me. No, give out of your heart like, you know,
yeah, just know that the universe works in your favor, that God blesses those that does his work,
day,
you know.
You can do something and you can give, but God always examines your heart, and it's how that came out of your heart. So
yeah, you know, I always say that, man, don't do things to throw it at people's face when at the moment that they're not, you know, being a service to you when you were at service to them. Whenever you're at service to somebody, whether it's giving them money, whether it's giving them food, whether it's helping them out or giving them your time, just know that you did that out of your kindness, out of your heart, and not necessarily that blessing doesn't have to come back through that person that you helped. It comes back in different ways, different forms, and just keep that mindset, man. So with that being said, that's the positive note of the day. And shout out to the people out here making it happen. I'm going to play an artist from out here in Patterson that's doing the trap music in Spanish. That's my guy. You know, you'll probably like him. His name is Regol. It's his name backwards. And if I fucked up the name, bro, my apologies. But I'm going to play your music on here. You guys are going to enjoy the song. I'll play a clip of it. You can follow him. I have him on, I'll have his link on our Instagram, or I'll shout him out on the page so you guys can follow him. And that's it.
Mi lengua prendida llena de fuego. Los más cabrón se meten en este juego. Con 24 llámame tu abuelo. Prendo uno y no aterrizo de este vuelo. Yo sé, por mi bloque te quitan por el billete. Yo sé, no existe mujer que a mí me ponga un grillete. Todas las putas ya se hicieron mías. Me buscan y prenden todos los días. Ando con tigres que nadie confía. Nadie chota, cero coro con policía. Como Lito Willón, esto es de corazón. Un simple chamaquito que viene de Patterson. Corre a Louis Vuitton, ama Puma Neguizón. Paloma como tú no se sientan en el sillón. El espacio es el destino, soy la movie o el Pacino. Gucci en la cabeza y en los pies no Valentino. Un flow bien asesino, rojo y medio chino. Tu jeva es mi bicho solita, ella se vino. Puesta pa' lo mío, ya no estoy en gente. La saco como Roberto Clemente. Un demente con par de delincuentes. Lo quito por pegarle una foria en la frente. Si te pone palomo, se te da por el plomo.
That's their show, guys. This is the Cause and Effect podcast. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode number 3. And it's only the beginning.